Have you ever thought of this? That the narcissist doesn't actually move on. Okay, you're going to say, Anushka, but how? They are with someone new right now. But think about it, right? If they've moved on, all right, and they're so happy in this relationship, they are living their best life, although because they want everyone to believe that they are, why are they still contacting you? Why are they even still watching you? Why haven't they just moved on and left you alone? Why do they do that? And do you know why they don't do that? Because they haven't moved on. Okay, they have something called an attachment disorder, which means that they don't attach to you in a healthy way, but they also don't detach from you in a healthy way. So you're telling me that this person has moved on and they're happy? It doesn't happen like that. You don't just leave a relationship and then a week or two or a month later, you're in a new relationship living your best life. That doesn't happen. It is impossible.
Just because the narcissist that you're with is in therapy does not necessarily mean they're going to change for the better. A lot of times, narcissists are able to trick therapists. The narcissistic person will just tell the therapist what they want to hear because they want the therapist to like them. And they're usually going into therapy for the wrong reasons, like they're trying to impress a new supply. And doing couples therapy with someone who you think is a narcissist is really not a good idea because it's just going to expose your vulnerabilities to the narcissist and they'll be able to use those against you later. It will give them access to more insight into who you are so that they can manipulate you better moving forward. And then say to you, well, I'm in therapy with you. Of course, I want to make things work.
Exists.
I have to say that for so many of us, realizing that we have been in this narcissistic or this toxic dynamic with this person is so heartbreaking. Like, it takes a lot for us to understand that this is what has happened. This has been your experience. But you know what? Don't let this get you down because there are a lot of people who go through this. And it's only the strong ones that survive this. There's a reason why you have gone through this experience. But look upon this as a lesson. What is it that you need to learn from this experience from the narcissist? Okay, what is it about you that can elevate your life, elevate who you are? And what was it that you weren't giving yourself that you were expecting from this narcissist? So think about these things, maybe journal them, because this is a blessing in disguise. The narcissist doesn't care about losing you. For every one of you, there's 3 more. And they'll make sure that they have supply. They will make sure that they don't run out. They need their needs met. They need the attention. Even though you are giving that to them, they need more. And that is the way that their brain works, which is why you will find that there is overlap within these types of relationship, within these type of dynamics. They don't care about you because you are transactional, you are replaceable. So if you don't do something, if you don't conform, they've got someone else that will, and someone else that will supply them with those needs that they need. So they don't even care about themselves. They don't care about any of the other supplies that they have. All they care about is that their needs are getting met. And that is the baseline of all of this. Even though they tell you, even though they may pretend that they do care and that this relationship matters to them, it doesn't.
If a covert narcissist shows rage, this is what they do. Number 1. Covert narcissists are cowards. They will never engage in confrontation directly. Instead, they will stab you in the back with a smile of an angel on their face. Number 2. Covert narcissists show rage differently than overt ones. They show rage through passive aggression, neglecting, withholding, and through silent treatment. Number 3, they will rarely raise their voice or scream at you. They are more likely to use sarcasm and condescension as their verbal weapons of choice. They twist the situation around and make you look like the crazy one. If a covert narcissist shows rage, this is what they do. Number 1, covert narcissists are cowards. They will never engage in confrontation directly. Instead, they will stab you in the back with a smile of an angel on their face. Number 2, Covert narcissists show rage differently than overt ones. They show rage through passive aggression, neglecting, withholding, and through silent treatment. Number 3, they will rarely raise their voice or scream at you. They are more likely to use sarcasm and condescension as their verbal weapons of choice. They twist the situation around and make you look like the crazy one.
This is a very subtle one. It's called triangulation. A lot of people try to bond like this. It's very toxic. It can be very appealing because it hits on the gossip, but it's very toxic where, let's just say, we all know each other. If, say, I'm only talking to you, the way I'm going to try to bond with you is by dissing him. I'm like, oh, did you see what he said the other day? What a dumb loser, this guy. Then, say I'm just with you, I'm like, you know, I told him about this other thing, and he was doing this, and da-da-da, and then you're probably doing it to each other about me. It's you bond with one, putting the third one down. Y'all are friends like that. This is a very subtle.
When you finally get out of a narcissistic relationship. See, now you get to breathe that fresh air. You get to choose. You value your freedom. You reconnect with those people you abandoned during that relationship. You know, when you was isolated. And you try figure out how to heal and move on. And in the midst of that personal growth, months, possibly years go by. And your narcissist ex starts realizing what they lost, missing that energy you provided, all those compassionate moments that you gave. So now they begin to hover over you, calling you from random numbers, watching your stories, liking your pics, asking your friends and family about you, apologizing for how they did you, letting you know how much they've grown and they've changed, and they just really want to talk to you. The problem isn't that you're even considering going back to them. Nah, you're too smart for that now. The real problem is that they're disturbing your fucking peace. Now you start having anxiety, afraid they're gonna show up at all the places that you go. Just remember that your silence is your power. Stay vigilant, stay inspired, and stay the fuck away from that toxic bullshit permanently.
So you've got no contacts and you're like, okay, I'm done here. And then comes the question, how does the narcissist deal with your silence? Well, there's 2 things that will happen. The first thing is that they're not gonna like it. So they might even try and reach out. All right, they might even try and get some sort of communication because they can't stand the fact that you have abandoned and you have rejected them. Well, you have to understand that these are core wounds of the narcissist and they're not going to like the fact that they are feeling like this. So they're going to try and reach out, not because they want a reconciliation, not because they want understanding, but because they miss the supply. They miss that energy, the compassion, the empathy that you gave them. So they're going to try and reach out. The second thing that will happen is that they will completely smear you. They will run you down to others. They'll make everyone else think that you were the issue, that you were the problem. And the reason why they do that is because they need to get some sort of sense of...
So how do envious people mask their envy? Through nonverbal communication, the rolling of the eyes, the not responding to your comment, the ignoring of your texts and everything like that, the smirk on their face. This is how they mask their envy, okay? And who you have there? You have the covert narcissist. That's exactly what they do, okay? They don't come out and tell you how they're really feeling, but they mask it with nonverbal communication, and it's up to you to pick up on it, okay? And they do this so that you can never call them out on it and say, well, you said this, you said that. So they feel by doing nonverbal communication, you know, you can't really pin them down on something. But the reason that they do that is because they're competitive and they're very, very envious and jealous.
Will try to one up every single thing that you do. Once you start seeing this, you can't unsee it. And frankly, it's kind of creepy. Let's say you get into a car crash and you hurt your neck. They have to tell you about a story when they got into a car crash and hurt their neck and their shoulder and their knees. And you're over here like, okay. You will find that with narcissists, they have to be the best at everything. And that can include being the best victim of a car crash or the best victim in whatever thing they can victimize themselves in. They feel a need to compete with you on everything. Couple that with their gross sense of entitlement, they feel entitled to things that they're not worthy of. If you win an award at work for being the best lawyer and they're over here and they're a construction worker and have never gone to law school, they will feel an odd sense of jealousy that you're getting recognition in your field, and they even feel a sense of entitlement that they should be winning that award, or if they did get that award, they would get it better and for more things and would deserve more recognition than what you're getting. It's a very strange thought process to try to understand, but it shows you just why they feel entitled to all of your time, all of your energy, all of your money, all of your stuff. This is why they refuse to move out of your house when you break up, still drive your car even though they're with somebody else. They feel entitled to your stuff no matter how they treated you. But they live in a society where you have to work hard to get recognition, and a lot of them are fundamentally lazy. So then they are caught in this weird paradox of wanting all the recognition in the world in a society where that doesn't happen. So they're constantly envious of other people who have the success that they want without doing the work to get it. That's why they completely belittle your accomplishments when you do something great. They're going to try to tell you that it's not that big of a deal or that they did something better. They cannot be happy for you when it doesn't involve them, because the world has to revolve around them 24/7. Their inflated egos will not allow them to see how great you are and your accomplishments, which is why the best thing to do is leave them behind. You don't want to be with someone who can't be happy for you. Go no contact. You keep accomplishing and being your awesome self and leave them in the past.